Good afternoon, this is Paul Town, the Immigration Barrister in Imperium Chambers. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button. Today some disturbing news which could see migrants facing enforcement action, whereas they would not before, as the government introduces new data sharing plans. This will put migrants at risk of losing their jobs, homes, arrest, detention and removal. If you have any fear of being detained or do not have status yet, please get in touch with me as these new plans could lead to yet more enforcement action and a further tightening of the hostile environment. The government has announced plans to increase its use of data sharing or data matching are now becoming a reality, with plans to extend the National Fraud Initiative, NFI. If implemented, the proposals would extend data matching, data sharing powers from their current use in tackling fraud to cover other criminal activities, as well as debt recovery and data quality. Why does this pose a risk to migrants, as the stated aim is certainly a laudable one, to prevent crime, etc.? Well, the Home Office has form, as they would say, for using information gathered from other governmental departments and using it for its own benefits. All you need to do is have a look at the trouble that Tier 1 entrepreneurs had when the Home Office got access to HMRC records when it shared its data and disclosed some small irregularities, which caused people a huge amount of problem. The term that they're currently using is called data matching, and currently the NFI collects, and this is really worrying, more than 20 types of data from 8,000 data sets from 1,300 participant organisations. In total, over 300 million data records in total. The number of databases that the Home Office could potentially have access to is huge and potentially very worrying for migrants. Examples of these data sets collected include public sector payroll, housing benefits, social housing waiting list, parking permits, council tax, local authority pension payments, the electoral register, right to buy and public sector housing. At present, it has been shown how migrants can and have been matched by the NFI through the electoral roll, housing benefit, council tax, housing tenancy and waiting list right to buy and licensing databases. These have all been cross-matched with immigration records. The problem, as I see it, is if the Home Office access to this data, it puts many more migrants at risk of enforcement action. The Tier 1 migrants will tell you a terrible story about the problems they faced when the Home Office got access to the HMRC records. Expanding this regime will mean a lot more data being shared about migrants and new opportunities, in my view, for abusive behaviour from the Home Office, which has generally tended to take any information it can and use it against migrants. What makes it worse is that the proposals dramatically extend the ability for the Home Office, potentially, to gather data, but there are no mention of any safeguards or restrictions regarding police access. This is in itself deeply concerning. The potential for harm to migrants from data matching is that it's a type of large-scale profiling of individuals with legal effects and is likely to result in high risk, and has the potential to be harmful to migrant communities because they can be profiled due to the data that will be collected. These plans, which whilst are good in theory and sound good against cracking down on crime and fraud, offer the Home Office, should it get access to these records, an almost unlimited amount of data on individuals living in the United Kingdom. And if the Home Office chooses to act on this data, could result in a lot more enforcement action being taken against people who currently are not at risk of enforcement action. The short point is really that the government is cracking down further and seeking to get further information about everyone and what they do. This is particularly dangerous to migrants. And if you are here without status or you're concerned about your status, then what I can advise you to do is to get in touch with me or another reputable lawyer and get advice about how you can regularise your status or what application you can make. Please do not wait for the knock at the door at 5 o'clock in the morning. Once arrested, once detained, life can become very difficult and can often lead to removal. I'm sorry to have to report this in this news broadcast, but it is really quite relevant and needs to be addressed and needs to be at the forefront of the mind of migrants who are interacting with pretty much every organisation that one can think of. Once again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. This is Paul Turner, the Immigration Barrister at Imperium Chambers.